Hello, beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, the messages are coming through again through the animals. Yes, the animals again, but this time it's coming through a very personal animal, my dog, Teddy. Yes, Teddy. Teddy came to me. He was a rehome dog. He was 3 years old when he came to me. He's a Havanese, and he had never had any health issues. But 4 months later, 4 months into me having him, he begins to have seizures. Yeah, seizures out of nowhere. So the vet says that is probably epilepsy because he has had more than one and wants to put him in some medicine. And I've done energy work. I have done energy healings. I have had other healers do energy healing on him. I have given him Reiki. I have given him, I have done a reading on him. I have done all kinds of things. And well, it keeps happening, right? So the issue here is the medicine, because not that I'm against medicine, but a lot of these medicines do have a lot of side effects that are not desirable either. So the questions that are arising today from him, and this is not so much a personal experience here as to like what the message is for you, the audience, right? The question that keeps arising whenever I ask anything about my dog is, what is it about you, me, right, that is attracting this experience? So what is this experience serving you? How is this experience serving you? Right? Because nothing is random. Nothing is like it just happens or whatever. Everything has a purpose in our life. And the other question is that keeps coming through from this beautiful dog is, what are you going to do about it, right? And because so now that I'm like, before I would be like, okay, yeah, he's got this, let's give him some medicine, boom, done, right? And then manage it with whatever it is and not even think about the side effects or the after effects or anything like that. Now that I'm so in tune with it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure which one to give him. I'm not sure if if the effects are going to be worse or not. And now let me just give you a little bit more information about this, because we also did that reading on what is epilepsy. Epilepsy is wanting your mommy. I'm always with my dog, let me just tell you. Wanting your mommy, feeling not safe, wanting to be with your loved one. So I'm always with him. And now today I was thinking, does that mean he's other mommy? Like, because he was with another family for 3 years. He was one of four. And so I'm thinking, is that what it is? Is that the mommy that he's missing? Is he not accustomed to me? So these are the thoughts that are coming through this morning, showing up for me. And wait, there was something else that was coming through, and then I went off this side, and now I forgot. Let me just stop the recording here and see what's going on. All right, I remember. This is one of the reasons, because if you are a lot into medicines, you might just be thinking, well, why don't you just give him the medicine? This is one of the reasons, and one of the reasons that I'm hesitating. When I asked the doctor, what is epilepsy? What does it mean, right? And everybody who has heard the word epilepsy, they're like, oh, epilepsy. And they just like imagine somebody having a seizure and like, yeah, that's what epilepsy does. Wrong. Epilepsy doesn't do anything. Epilepsy is the name that was given to this phenomenon that happens in animals and humans. And what it means, and this is what the vet told me, okay, is that we don't know why it happens. Yeah, that is the definition of epilepsy. The definition of epilepsy is a seizure that happens and we have no cause for it. We have no idea why. That is what epilepsy means. I thought epilepsy was like, something that was like, oh, it's the deficiency of this and that, or it's the malfunction of the wiring of the brain, or whatever it is, right? That I was imagining that the word epilepsy meant. But no, epilepsy just means that a being is having some type of uncontrollable seizure, which they don't seem to be aware of while it's happening, where they lose all controls of their body, and it's not known why it happens. Okay, that's the definition. And not only that, the vet also said that if the seizures happen, randomly or like very far apart, like let's say once a year or twice or even 3 times a year, that they don't do anything for it. They don't give them any medicine. And the reason is that it's not that bad, it's just like better off without the medicine. Here's where the medicine question comes in, right? If the doctor is saying, yeah, if it doesn't happen that often, we just withhold the medicine, it's better to just have it, because it's really not. Because I also asked, is this damaging anything in the dog, right? Is it damaging the nerves? Is it damaging his cognitive functions? Is anything? And they said no. So basically is, you're having the shakes every so often, and it's not doing any other damage to the body or the brain, which is what they think, right? Because obviously they don't know what this is, right? And they don't know why it's caused, and so that's what it is. And they rather not give the medicine because they are aware that the medicines do have side effects, which are not as desirable. And there's like many different medicines out there and many different side effects from each one, but they all have something, right? I mean, this. Every single product that is created by men has side effects, which are not desirable. And again, most people or most beings don't have any side effects from things, but there's a few who do. And if my dog is susceptible to having some type of um reactions to things, then I'm assuming, or I'm thinking that, hey, maybe this is not the best interest of him. The other thing is, for those of you who might be more knowledgeable of epilepsy and are thinking, what do you mean it doesn't damage anything? Okay, so as long as the seizures are like within a minute, under a minute, then yeah, there's nothing. If the dog is having, or the person is having a seizure that lasts longer than 5 minutes, they're saying, oh yeah, that can definitely harm the dog. It could even kill him. What? Yeah. What happens between the 1 minute and the 5 minutes? No one knows. This is how little information is out there on epilepsy, which brought me to really feeling with my body what is right for my dog, what is the right course of action, what would be something that I can do to help him. My husband is also becoming quite intuitive and coming up with like new solutions. He's also a chemist, so he has a background in science. And he's really not happy with the options that they have for medicines for epilepsy. But one of the things that he came up with is like, hey, let's take him for like really long walks where he gets really tired and uses a lot of his energy, so there's not extra energy that wants to come out at some time randomly during the day that messes him up. And we actually tried this, and he didn't have anything for like 2 full weeks, and he had two in one day. So yeah, this is like an escalation, because he was having them maybe once every couple of weeks, but now he just had two within one day. Okay, that's the story of my dog. That's the story on epilepsy. The message is coming from Teddy. Teddy's my dog, right? When I'm asking him, what is it that you want me to do? What is it that you need, right? So he tells me, I need love, I need support, I need love, I need support. He just keeps repeating that. He gets love and support. He doesn't get punished for anything. He pretty much is the king of the house. He sleeps on my bed, right? Yes, you do. He gets all kinds of table food at all times. It's He's one of those beautiful, wonderfully spoiled animals. Um, his little soul is still asking for that, right? And when I ask him, what kind of healing do you want, right? When I give him energy healing, he allows me. Animals will allow you to give them energy or not. So you have to ask, right? You have to feel into it. My dog Scarlet, when she was towards the end of her life, she will get up as hard as it was for her to move and walk away from me when I would try to give her energy healing. I would hover my hands over her back, and she was having trouble getting up and moving, and she would get up and move. And so I just like stopped doing it, because obviously she was telling me, I don't want it. I don't want it. Right. But Teddy lets me do it. So he lets me do it, which means he allows the healing. He wants the healing. He doesn't like that he's having this seizures, or this problem that he's having. But he's also telling me that he's here for me. So him, with anything that's going on around him, it's happening for me. And again, we come to the conclusion of going within, looking within you, seeing what it is that we need, what is this teaching us, and where do we go from here, right? So that's the question. That is the question. This is what the message from Teddy, from my animal here, is: look within you. What are you learning here? How are you treating others? Others, not just him, but others around, with more compassion, with being able to see them, not just look at them. Oh, this is a really big one. I actually just heard, what was the lady's name? I forgot her name. She is she communicates with the angels, and Larna, I think is her name. She I was just listening to something that she was talking about on a podcast, and she was talking about the difference about looking and seeing. And now this just popped up now while I was transmitting, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I know why I heard that before. So now it makes even more sense of what's happening here. Wanting to really see what's going on, right? When you look into the mirror and you look into your eyes, what's going on within you? When you look into somebody else's face and their eyes, what's going on within them? What's going on within my pet, right? And so really see what's going on, see the light around them, see the energy field around them, see how they're holding their bodies, right? Body, what do you call that? Body language, yeah. Body language of how they're feeling, what they're really wanting to say but not expressing verbally for whatever reason, right? Really being able to see what's going on around, and then how you're handling it as well, right? What are you doing about it? How, are you losing your temper because someone is walking too slow in front of you and they're in your path, or driving too slow in front of you? Like you see this as road rage all the time. Are you just looking at this car as an obstacle in front of you? Or are you seeing the energy of everything in that car, including the person who's driving it, as, perhaps that driver is an elderly person who is not so sure anymore? Perhaps they don't have anyone to take them anywhere, because, when we are in the middle of anger, and I know this because I've ridden with a lot of people who have anger, road rage. Excuse me. And I say, hey, it's not something against you. Maybe they're older and they can't see that well, or maybe they're just not so sure. And then their answer immediately is, well, then they shouldn't be on the road, right? And so the answer obviously is very much geared to, I'm still being very inconvenienced, and that should not be here, right? Should, very low frequency word. And that's just looking at it, right? This person is doing something they shouldn't do. Again, judging, low frequency. And how is this inconveniencing me, right? Instead of looking at it. And when you look at it, you can really tune into the energy. Maybe it is an elderly person. Maybe that person really doesn't feel so safe anymore driving, but maybe they also don't have any other means of getting what they need to, or getting to where they want to go, because maybe they don't have any siblings or any children or any friends who are able to drive them places, and that is the last of their independence, right? Who are we to judge without knowing the whole story? Maybe it's a young kid who is brand new and really like knowing everything, you know how kids are, and also not caring about anything else, or maybe not paying attention, or maybe texting, or maybe like on the phone, or doing something also that they, again, shouldn't. Every time you use the word shouldn't or should, very low frequency, you're lowering your vibration and you're judging. So maybe it's something like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that whatever is happening, it's happening for you. It is a way for you to look within you. What is it that I need? Why is this being shown to me? What is the lesson here? How am I handling it? How can I be more loving and compassionate? How can I detach myself from the I'm being attacked mode to the I'm allowing things to happen and show me why this is happening? And what can I do to be, again, more loving, more accepting towards others? So, this is the message straight from Teddy. This is happening for me. He is showing me something. How are you handling it? What are you doing? Right? And also giving more love and compassion and tenderness to those who need us at the time. All right, this is the message. I love you so much. Letting you know that this podcast is now once a week, so it is coming out every Thursday. In case you didn't know or you had not seen, please share it if you feel that more people would really benefit from the messages that are coming through in this podcast. And let me know, message me, let me know any way that you can what you are getting from this. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.